What's up, everybody? Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's get it going. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome. Come on in, everybody. Happy Friday. Super excited to be on this Teachable Moments live. Let me see what's some comments in here. Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? Okay, so while y'all doing that, I am pulling up my iPad so that I can actually see comments from afar. Let's see here. Now, y'all, I'm still getting used to TikTok, so y'all bear with me, okay? Let me see. How is everybody doing? I'm coming back. I'm here. How's everybody doing? I know it's Labor Day weekend. I know we about to have a good weekend. Is everybody turning up this weekend, having a good time? Wait a minute, you just got a TikTok. Can we talk about the fact that I got a TikTok account, Johnson? Hey, Krista. Hilarious. What's going on, gal? Well, I'm happy that you could join, and I'm really excited to show you all what I have in store for tonight. I'm just pulling up having a party on my iPad so that I could keep a look at the comments, and now I hear feedback. So let me see here. Here we go. All right. How y'all doing? I'm super ready for tonight to have a good time, and let's go ahead and get it going. So again, I'm Lamar Allen. I'm the owner of Lamarvelous Balloons here at Lamarvelous Balloons, where it's our mandate to fascinate, and I'm super excited to be a part of this Teachable Moments with having a party, okay? I'm gonna take these out because I can literally hear myself on my iPad while I'm talking to y'all. But tonight, we're going to talk centerpieces, all right? I'm really excited to make a fun and custom centerpiece that we make. Hey, everybody. Hi. Welcome in. Come on in. We're going to make a centerpiece tonight, and I'm going to show you a basic sample centerpiece, and then we're going to show like an upgraded kind of version of a centerpiece, one that you can kind of add value to and to show your clients and kind of give some spritz and skedaddle. All right, so y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Look, it's Friday, so y'all gonna get all this energy, okay? It's been a long day. I've been super, super busy today, so I've been looking forward to this, so I'm really, really excited. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so to kind of show you all what I got going on here, I have my centerpiece base. This is what we call a loamy stand. It's a loamy base. I think this is like the largest plate that they have. I think it's like a 15-inch plate. And then we have a 31-inch loamy stand. Let's see here. Let's make sure that I can see you. Oh, perfect. I see everybody's comments. Okay, perfect. So we have the loamy stand here that we're going to use. Typically, when people do or make centerpieces, or balloon decorators make centerpieces, you don't have to use an actual loamy base. You can actually use tile. I've seen like some other methods, but I think tile has been pretty popular, and then balloon decorators will wrap the tile. But tonight we're going to use a loamy stand. So y'all probably can see them, but I have tons of these here in the warehouse. We had a really, really large order where we did a ton of centerpieces, I want to say like a few months ago. And the client was just like, hey, can you just come back and get these? So we kept them. So yeah, I'm going to be using this to demonstrate for the centerpieces tonight. So you can actually get these from a few different vendors. I always get questions from a lot of my friends, like how do you connect these two? So I'm actually going to come up closer. This is your loamy stand, this 31-inch piece here. And then this is the base here, okay? I never use like hot glue or like tape or anything like that to connect these two. I always use actual, what is it called? It's called loamy glue. Loamy actually makes glue for their bases. So I use those for this, okay? The only downside is you can't take it apart once you put it, once you put it together. So as you can see, this thing is not coming loose. It's great, right? Because when it's sitting on a table, obviously it's got some sturdiness to it, but when you want to take them back, kind of be ready to store them in a way where they won't be in the way. So just throwing that out there. All right, so we have our base here. We're going to make a whimsical Starry Night type of centerpiece. I have some small 9-inch foil, so we're gonna do some heat sealing tonight. Let me also run over here. I have a 32-inch star from Anagram, which we'll use in the more grand centerpiece. And then we also have an 11-inch star that we'll use in the more simpler centerpiece, okay? All right, I'm back. So we're gonna start with the base. For those of you who attended the Tough Takes experience, again, it was such a pleasure meeting everybody at the convention. I had a great time. It was my first time teaching. I taught 2 classes. One, a classic never goes out of style. And I also taught professional development to kind of give balloon decorators more of an insight on how to effectively run their businesses as a balloon decorator and so forth, right? So tonight, I'm gonna kind of continue that trend of a classic never goes out of style and show a classic centerpiece. And then we'll add some bespoke elements to it to kind of give it a more modern look, all right? So we're gonna start here with some 5-inch. I'm gonna do an array of blues and silvers. Everybody, y'all know, blue is not my favorite color, but I love blue. I don't know how that works. Green is actually my favorite color, but I think blue is just such a versatile color. And also considering the fact that it's also on par with my brand. So if you go on the website or whatever, you see the logo with blue and all that. So we're gonna take some 5-inch blue, and I also have some 5-inch standard blue. So we have some dark blue here. And I'm going to inflate these to probably about around maybe 5 to 6 inches. Oh, and just so you know, shout out to Premium Conwin. This is the twin air sizer. I've been using this for almost, I want to say 5 years now. I love this machine. This is my baby. If you want real consistent decor with consistent sizing, I highly suggest investing in one of these machines. You cannot go wrong. It's a beautiful piece of equipment, okay? All right, so, ooh, now my machine not working on. I'm about to say, what happened? All right. So I have my first 2 here, my dupe. I'm gonna make a duplet. I'm gonna tie those together. All right, and although you have these, you still wanna be sure that they're round. So you're gonna take 2, and I'm gonna take another set here. Let's see here. All right, and we're gonna round those out. Okay, so then now we're gonna take them and we're gonna make our quad. Okay, so boom, bada, skedaddle. We're gonna take that quad, and then we're gonna just wrap it onto our base. You wanna push down not too hard because you don't wanna apply too much pressure, but you wanna push it down to where it's got that nice flat look. All right, and then now we're gonna go to our lighter blue, which is a standard blue. And let me see, I'm gonna take this down maybe about a couple inches, maybe 1 or 2. So we're gonna do 0.5 on my machine. Now mind you, if you're wondering what did I blow these up to on the premium, I did 0.7 for the dark blue, and we're gonna do 0.5 for the standard blue. All right, ooh, so have a hole in it, let me redo that. All right, and then we're gonna do another quad. Okay. All right. So, I'm gonna do another quad there. Boom. Ta-da. Bam. Okay. And you got your quad. So we're gonna take that. I'm gonna tie it on. Now again, you want to be sure that that's perfectly sitting there. Nice. Let me just check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. All right. So now we have our base. But now we're going to focus on the top. So we're going to do the same thing, but inverted, right? So we're going to do the same quad of our standard blue. Where's everybody's comments? Oh my God, let me see. Where's everybody at? Oh, no. Oh, Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. Ah! Oh, wait, no, go back. Go back. There it is. Okay, all right. I can see everybody talking now. Oh, and I can see me. Okay. All right. Hey, y'all. Wait, Pop. Y'all, I'm old, okay? I'm getting used to TikTok. There we go. Okay. So, we're going to continue there. Now, actually, let me pause here. We actually need to, well, no, that's fine. We'll take this there, and we'll twist that on. Now, don't worry about making your top super flat right now. When you push your next quad on, it will become flat, okay? So we're gonna do that dark blue again. Take it back up to 0.7 on our twin air sizer. All right. Okay. There we go. All right. Ooh, look at me. What are y'all saying? Let me see. Oh, hey, Lily. Not the best. Oh, she said I got the best. Oh, you're so sweet. The best not in the industry. None of us know what we're doing on TikTok. Don't worry about it. Okay, so I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Okay, that is hilarious. All right, cool. So, we're going to take this top quad here. All right, now I did double twist that on just so that it can kind of lock it into place. All right, and we're going to take that up here. All right, make sure that that's nice and flat. All right, bam, bam, bam. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, actually, let me talk about this. I'm gonna come around. So, this is the base of the centerpiece. Now, if you took my class, A Classic Never Goes Out of Style, I always talked about how, it's a whole, hold on, there's a lot of questions in here. Let me go back. Okay, let me see. What size is the bottom plate? Hi, Veronica. So that bottom plate is about 15 inches, but you don't have to use that size. They also have smaller sizes too. So this here is a much smaller size, which is also pretty stable. The only reason that we use 15-inch plates for this, or I can't remember if it's 15 or like 12-inch plate. It was the largest size that they had, but the reason that we did that was because we did centerpieces that had 30-inch jumbos on top, and a size like this will not sustain or will not weigh well, so we just use a larger base. But for this centerpiece, you could definitely use a smaller base, like a 6-inch, 9-inch. I would suggest like a 9-inch would be fine. But thank you for your question, Veronica. Let me see. Take a look here. Let me see. Oh my God, that's a lot of y'all in here. Hey, y'all. Okay. How long does it take for the glue to dry? I typically do it, I typically let it dry for about 24 hours. So if the event, let's just say is tomorrow, if I were to glue these tonight, they would be dry tomorrow. They would be dry by tomorrow. So that would work out perfectly fine. But yeah, once it's on there, guys, like this base, I think I made this months ago. It's not going anywhere. So don't try to use hot glue. Don't try to use I was told even like super glue doesn't work. You got to use Lomi glue if you really want that finishing touch, and that'll help out. And I'm gonna just take one more question before I keep going. Let's if there's any in here. Oh, there's not any. Okay, all right, well, I'll keep going. If y'all have more questions, keep them all coming. All right, we're gonna have some fun. All right, so I'm gonna set that base there. So let's talk about this. When you are making centerpieces, friends, okay, there is a rule called the 14-inch rule. Let me say it again. There is a rule called the 14-inch rule, okay? This rule applies not necessarily just to balloon decorators or balloon centerpieces, but to centerpieces in general when we're talking about proportion and scale. So let's say, for example, I'm sitting here, I have a chair here, right? And then we have a centerpiece. But you got a ton of bulky balloons in the center. And now when I sit this centerpiece in the center of the table, and then there's somebody that's sitting on the opposite side, and I can't interact with them because you have so much bulky, something that's very bulky in the center, you're now limiting my ability to interact or to kind of like talk to the other person on the other side of the table. Now, I'll be completely honest with you. I very rarely ever take like a piece of measuring tape or something and say, oh, well, this is exactly 14 inches. I very rarely do that, but I do always want to be sure that the center of the centerpiece is not too bulky, okay? So that when I arrive and I set the centerpieces on, I can sit down and do a test and say, okay, I can look and I can see that when the person or the guest sits in this seat, they can actually interact with the other person on the opposite side, okay? So just want to throw it out there. Keep that in mind. And yeah, just throwing that tidbit out there. When you're talking to corporate clients, typically they have presentations or something like that in the background, or one of their biggest concerns is, how can I, what method can we do, or what can we do to not obstruct the view? Tell them, well, we're professionals and we know about the 14-inch rule, so we typically want to leave space in between the centerpiece so that your guests can have a rather great experience with communicating with each other. So something like that. Throw that out there. Boom. There you go. All right. So we're not going to leave this empty. Although I could sell it like this, I'm not going to leave it empty, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to take a 260 and we're going to do some bubbles that are going to stream upward, that are going to stream upward this centerpiece. Let me see if I got some more questions. Oh, thank you, Tish. Welcome. Hey, Lisa. How did you make the base and the stand? So this is, like I said earlier in the class, this is a Lomi stand. You can go on Lomi and find these actual base plates and the actual stand on with Lomi. So Lomi is Lomey. They're typically sold in packs of 12. So you can check out your local distributor to see if they have any available. Have I used this outside? No, I have not used these outside. If I were to do outdoor, I would probably use tile because tile is a little bit heavier and can sustain outdoor elements a little bit better. So I probably would not use a Lomi stand. It has pretty good weight, but just for the risk of it, I wouldn't do that. But great questions. Let me see. Is it True Essence? Oh, True Essence Events. Welcome and thank you for your question. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. All right. I think we're good to go. All right. So I'm going to inflate this 260. So we're going to make a bubble center. All right. So I'm going to switch this over so that you all can actually see me. All right. So for this 260, I'm going to switch nozzles really briefly. All right. So I have that on. I typically let me see, I'm going to set my pump to probably around 1.5. That should do. I think this is a little too big, but I'll let some air out. Okay, we're going to tie that. Okay, so now we have our 260. You don't want to inflate it too much because you're going to see why. We're going to take this here. I'm going to take the bottom of the 260. You're going to find a neck of one of the quads, and then you're going to tie that in. So now we have our 260 attached to the centerpiece. Now, I self-taught myself this. I kind of just looked at it and saw, oh, how did they do this bubbles? Like, how did that work out? So let me see. I'm actually going to bring this closer so that you all can follow me. All right. Here we go. Hey, everybody that just joined. Hey, welcome. Come on in. Having a good time tonight. All right, I'm just seeing. Okay. All right, we're good. So now that we have the 260 tied in, we're going to do a bubble effect, right? And we're going to take the 260, hold it at the very bottom, and then you're going to twist about 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. I twisted it while I pinched it. So now we have a bubble, right? So we're going to do it again. I'm going to go up at about 1 inch. I'm going to pinch again. And then we're going to twist about 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do it again. Up 1 inch, pinch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 1 inch and then pinch. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then once you get into the groove of that, you kind of just keep going. And it's like a rhythm. So you just go like, okay, up an inch pinch. I lost count. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I typically do about 12, but I'll just do 13 for the fun of it. Why not? Okay. So we have 13 bubbles. All right. Now I'm holding this end here. Now I inflated this up a little too much. This is not needed. So I'm just gonna oopsie daisy, deflate it, right? Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is tie that to lock it. Bam, right? So now we have our bubbles. So while I'm holding this, because it can become very tedious, you're twisting and twirling it, and then all your bubbles come loose. It's happened to me before, and I just have to take it out and just redo something else. But I'm gonna take this out and then just simply twist. And I'm gonna take the end where we had deflated and take that through the top. And then you're gonna tie that in. Okay. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have center bubbles that are going up the center of that centerpiece. Push that up just a little bit more, make sure it's nice and flat. All right, and then now we're gonna add a topper. Now see how the center of this is not like too much. It's like thin, but it still gives a piece of detail. About this though, this is a pretty classic method. So it's a pretty easy way if you kind of want to just add like a little bit of spritz and skedaddle to your centerpiece. This is a pretty easy method to do that. But we're going to add a nice and fun topper, and I have stars. To know me is to know that I love stars. So I'm going to go ahead and inflate this. Like I said, I love Premium. Shout out to Premium for the inflators. This is the Premium Foil Pro, so I'll be using that to inflate the foils this evening. All right. So I'm going to take this 11-inch foil. All right. Let me see it up there. This is an anagram foil. All right. So here we are. The good thing about the Premium Foil Pro, it does not overinflate. Actually, let me send this back some more. All right. So can y'all see me? We're good. Let me just check in. Let me see. No questions. Okay, we're all good. Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna keep it moving. All right. Okay. Oh, excuse me. So, what we have here, we have the stand here. I am going to take this 260. And I'm going to tie it onto the neck of this star. Now, mind you guys, this is the basic version of the centerpiece. So we're gonna take a look at something a little more whimsical in a sec, but I kind of want to just show perspective here because although it's a basic style, it will still sell, okay? So just want to throw that out there. Don't count it out or don't discount it because it's basic. It will still sell, okay? All right, so now we have that 260 attached and we're going to take it and attach it to the top. Honestly, I did not need to use this whole 260, but whatever. All right, now let me grab my scissors because we have some excess. All right, so now you have a standard I call it a double-decker centerpiece. Now, typically what I would suggest for the bubbles, you would do wrap that around. There we go. All right, so this one has a little more wrap to it, so that it looks a little more whimsical. There we go. I like that better. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have a classic decker centerpiece. I call it a decker because obviously it's index. Lame, I know, but this is a popular seller here. Now again, this centerpiece is a very easy, standard centerpiece that you can easily sell. Corporate clients love stuff like this because it has structure and it's very minimal, okay? So this is something that you can easily sell. However, we're not done. We are not done. Okay, we're gonna take this centerpiece and we are going to just add a little spruce, a little skedaddle to make it a little more fun. But before we do that, I'll just go over this one more time. This is an 11-inch, 18-inch anagram star. Okay, these are all 5-inch balloons. I will address this now because I actually get a lot of questions about this. Lamar, why do you only use 5-inch balloons for your centerpieces? So specifically for my design style, I do not like to use oversized balloons on tables. That's just my preference to kind of keep things looking a little more sleek. Hi, hey, come on in. Just to kind of keep things looking a little more sleek on a table. You don't want things to be bulky on a table. There's already going to be plates, maybe some candies, or what do they call it, like the other little stuff that they throw on the table, some favors. So you don't want the centerpiece to be overly bulky. So I feel like 5-inch balloons can still achieve that look, but still kind of give a very pristine look, okay? I like clean and pristine decor. Anything kind of beside that can be a little junky, and we don't want to achieve that, okay? We kind of want it to be very clean and pristine. So this is a very clean, simple, basic centerpiece style that you can easily sell, but we're about to take it up a notch, okay? So before I start taking that apart, let me see if we have any questions in here. Let me see here. Hey there, everybody that's coming in. Hey, everybody. Can I see some balloons in the chat? Oh, thank you, Mona. Thank you. Thank you. She said I'm doing amazing. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me scroll up, see if I missed anything. Lisa, I'm not sure if I didn't cover this. I see your question where you asked, where can I get the base and the stand? Check in for your local distributor. Check and see if Having a Party has some. If not, you can look into another distributor to see if they may have any loading stands. Another place that has them I saw is Home Depot. So that's a place to take a look as well. But also, you can also go on Lomy's website. So Lomey, and just look for the Lomy 31-inch stand and their largest base plate. But again, you don't have to use that specific large base plate. I'm just using them because we already have them in-house, okay? Let me see. Oh, come on, balloons. Come on. All right. So thank y'all so much. We're going to go ahead and take this centerpiece up just a few notches and make it a little more grand, okay? So I'm going to start deconstructing. I'm just cut this off. All right, we'll take that off. While I'm here, I want to give a shout out to all of you for taking time on a Friday night. You don't have to be here. I know that it's a very busy weekend considering it's Labor Day weekend. I know a lot of us have jobs and gigs. I personally am taking this weekend off to spend time with my family. My family is actually en route to Nashville, so I'm really excited about that. I'm cooking the food tomorrow. So, we're about to get it going with some ribs and some, a little bit of chicken on the grill. We're about to get it going. So I'm really, really excited about that. But I really do want to just say thank you to all of you for taking time to come on and learn a little bit about Lamarvelous and get some tips from this Teachable Moments. Shout out to Having a Party. All right, so let's go ahead and take this topper off. Okay, so I'm going to set that to the side. All right, my friends, so we are going to keep this same base, okay? We're going to keep the same base. We're going to use it. We're just going to enhance it, all right? So I want to add some silver and give it a little more of an elemental and elegant look. So I did on my sizer, I did 0.7, I did 0.5. For my chrome silver, we're going to do 0.3. Okay, Okay, so we want to make these small to kind of give a really nice level of detail. Let me switch my nozzles back. Let me just set that right there for now. Let me see. It is so weird seeing me on this other screen. That's hilarious. All right, and then I'm going to take another one. All right, so although it's plastic, you still want to be sure that your balloons are rounded out. Okay. All right, so we got one quad there. Ooh, that's a big nipple. I'll put that to the back. Okay. Now we're going to do another quad. Okay, so we have our 2 silver quads, and we're going to add these onto the centerpiece. So I'm going to sit this back here. I'm going to wrap that in there. Uh-oh. We're going to sit this up here. All right, so now we just added a layer, right, to this centerpiece. So just to kind of give it a little more height and depth. Now, I will say, typically for a 31-inch stand, I typically always do threes, quads of 3, or 3 quads per for the top and the bottom. I typically do that. Typically for the centerpiece that I just showed you, we typically use a 21-inch Lomi because it's a little shorter. The top on top is a little shorter. So it's kind of like a little more proportionate. But for this size, for a 31-inch, you can't go wrong with stacking it by the 3s, okay? Now, before I move into the next portion or kind of get to the topper and the other elements, Lamar, when do you sell a tall centerpiece versus a shorter centerpiece, right? So in my class at the Tough Text Experience, I talked about proportion and scale and the importance of both, right? Those two are 2 principles of elements in design, and those are principles that people use, or artists, use to guide their artistry. So if I have a room, actually we can take the warehouse for example, because the ceilings in here are about, I want to say about 15 feet. You could sell a taller centerpiece because the ceiling is taller. Whereas if you have a shorter centerpiece in a venue, or a shorter ceiling in a venue, then you could sell a shorter or smaller centerpiece. So I encourage all of you to really kind of take some time to go learn the principles and elements of design and kind of use logic instead of intuition, more so to kind of lead your designs and guide your designs. So obviously, if I'm walking into a hotel ballroom, my first thought is to sell more of a taller centerpiece, or maybe even a centerpiece with a jumbo, because the ceilings are very tall and you kind of want to add more of a dramatic appeal. But if I'm walking into a venue where, maybe it's shorter, maybe about 10 feet, maybe less, then it may be best to kind of go with maybe a shorter option. Also, too, you don't want to crowd space. You don't want to obstruct views. So it's kind of best to kind of guide that from that way. Oh, I see a question that just came in. Do you wrap the pole so it won't show when you put the balloons? Do I wrap the pole so it won't show? No. So on these, because it's clear, I leave it. It's clear. It's already kind of elegant how it is. So there's no need to wrap this. If you're using a knot lamp, you can wrap it, but if it's a black knot lamp, black is a neutral color, so I don't think it's necessarily needed. But depending on like the color scheme that you're going with, if you kind of really want to be on par with the theme, why not? But for this, with the Lomi stand, I never wrap the center, only because it's clear and it's kind of already got that elegant look to it. Let me see here. What's the name of the stand, or can you show us what it looks like without the balloons? Yes, Levine, I think it's Levine. Hi, Levine. Yes, I covered that right at the beginning of the Teachable Moments. It is a Lomi stand, and I actually have another one here. This is a 31-inch Lomi stand. It is also I cannot remember the size of this plate for the life of me, but I know it's the largest that they sell. This is like a 15-inch plate. Correct me if I'm wrong. However, hi Levine, hey, hi. So correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the largest that they sell. However, I just want to reiterate, you do not have to get this large of a size. The only reason we use this large of a size was because when we did centerpieces for a bulk order a few months ago, we actually put 3-foot jumbos on top of these, and we needed bases that had more weight. However, if you're looking to, oh, here it is. If you're doing a centerpiece like we just did and you kind of want something just a little smaller, you can go opt for the smaller stand, which I think they have like a 6-inch option and a 9-inch option. I believe this is a 9-inch option here, okay? All right, y'all, so I'm gonna get back into this lesson. So now we have our centerpiece here. All right, so we got a nice, neat, I hope y'all remember the rule about the 14-inch rule, and I hope you all enjoyed the tip about how to sell or knowing when to sell a specific type of centerpiece as far as length and height. All right, so we are going to add just a few organic elements to this and kind of make it foganic. My friend here, shout out to Krista Roughton, we kind of use that term foganic loosely and a lot. So but we're just going to make some small quads, and I'm going to use some of my best friends' rubber bands. Okay, and we're going to attach them into the centerpiece. I think I see some questions that come in. Sorry, I'm trying to see what Melissa said. Y'all, I don't have my glasses on, so I'm trying to, and I'm really tired. Let me see. You may have addressed this already. Oh no, so these bases, we were going to leave them with the client, but the client just asked us to come back and get them. So we charged them full price for them. However, she said, you all can come back and take them. So now the warehouse is full of them. So we just kept them. But typically if a client says like, hey, we want you to come back and strike this order, we typically take them anyway because the clients leave them. However, I do have one client here. Every time she gets centerpieces with these bases, there's never any left. Everybody takes them, but it's fine because we charge it for price. Okay. All right, I'm gonna keep it pushing, guys. So I'm going to just make up a few random quads here. Let me just get a little mix of some silver, a little mix of some blue, a little mix of some standard blue. All right, so we want obviously these clusters or these quads to be smaller because it's going on the frame or the canvas of the centerpiece. So I'm actually going to go ahead and go 0.2, okay? So we're going to make these really small. See how small those are? Really small, really cute. All right. All right, I'm going to take 2 silver, make it really pretty. All right, so we got 1. All right, so that's going to be perfect. It's going to be really cute. Okay, so we're going to take a few more. So while I'm inflating these, I'm actually looking at the comments over here. Where's everybody from? Can y'all just drop where you're from in the comments? Represent your city. Let me know where you're at. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I live in Nashville, but I rep 313 all the way. So to anybody that's from Detroit, welcome. Good to see y'all. I was just there a few months ago. To anybody else, let me know where y'all at. Let me see the comments. All right, Virginia. Okay, Nebraska. All right, Birmingham, New Orleans. What's popping? We got Texas in the house. Okay, Rochester. Come on. All right, Veronica. I see you from Fort Lauderdale. All right. Yeah, I always wonder what people do with the centerpieces too, to be honest with you. I'm like, so what y'all gonna do? Sit on your kitchen counter? I mean, but hey, do what you will. That's no problem. Let me see. Where else we got folks from? Okay, 305 Barbados. Come on, Barbados. Come on, Michigan. What's up? Oh, why do I keep leaving the live? I gotta get used to this. Okay, come on, Shreveport. Chicago. What up, Chicago? What up, Chi-Town? What up? I got a lot of good people up there. So that's what's up. So while I'm inflating this, man, let me just tell y'all, it is such a blessing to be in an industry to do what I love and do it full time. If you all were on my Instagram live while I was with Joe from Having a Party before we moved over to TikTok, I was explaining to him that this is honestly a childhood passion turned business. And I'm super grateful to be able to help clients cherish the moments, man, that they will never get back. Your child's first birthday party, you'll never get that back again. When you're getting married and you want to backdrop at your reception, you'll never get this time again. So I just really am honored that clients choose me and choose my company, honestly, to help celebrate. And that's not something that I take lightly. So I'm really, really grateful to be on tonight with you all to give some tips and tricks and to show you my design style and my design techniques. This is a lot. Actually, I can actually do one with a little less silver. So I'm really, really happy and excited about this. Never in a million years did I think I would be a full-time balloon decorator. I have a background in finance. I work for Caterpillar Financial here in Nashville, and my business just started taking off, and I had to go full-time. And what was so cool was that my CEO, the CEO of the company at the time, when he found out that I was leaving, he called me and he said, Lamar, like, HR called me and told me to tell you to stay. But he was like, I'm not going to do that because, you know, it's obvious that you've made up your mind and that you have a level of determination, and just know that I'm proud of you. And he even told me, like, hey, if you want to come back, you get out there and you realize that this isn't for you, you can always come back. So I'm just grateful to have that support. And Caterpillar Financial is a client of mine today. So I'm just really, really grateful for that, man. That's great. They don't have to hire Lamarvelous Balloons to do the decor, but I think that's a perfect example of what it's like to foster really good relationships. And, you know, to those of you who are watching who aspire to go full time in your businesses, you don't have to, you know, excuse my language, but you don't have to be a jackass when you're ready to leave. You don't have to throw your laptop and be like, F you. You don't have to do any of that. You can leave with grace, the grace will rescind and will come back to you tenfold. So just want to throw that motivation and that inspiration to anybody out there who is thinking about that. And I wish y'all the absolute best. So I'm going to make one more small quad here. Now look, I'm just making them off the cuff now because I don't even know. Typically with organic, I honestly just make them at a random pace because I like to just do it until it looks full. Let me see here. So I have about 5 here. Okay, I'm having a problem with comments over here. I'm just going to come up and see what y'all are saying up here. Let me see. See. Oh, thank you. Your workflow. Thank you. My posh pizzazz. You know I gotta shout out Tough Tex. I love using Tough Tex. They're a great brand. Multiple colors. Of course, you can never go wrong with like a Centerpiece as well. Of course, everybody still uses Qualitex as well, but I definitely say stay away from y'all. Let me tell you something. Stay away from Amazon balloons, okay? Y'all ain't here for me, okay? Stay away. Stay away from the Amazon balloons. Don't resort to it. Don't do it. Call having a party before you resort to Amazon balloons. Don't do it, okay? You all, I would like to assume that all of you are professionals, okay? And as a professional, use high-grade balloons, okay? So let me see. Name the balloons of the machine the name of the balloon machine, sure. This is a premium twin sizer. And this here is the premium foil. This is the premium foil pro. I've had this machine for about 5 years, and I've had this machine for about 2. Love, love, love premium. When something happened with my machine, actually, no, it wasn't these. It was my twin gas sizer for my helium decor. Hey, Tish, come on, hey, Tish. When I had an issue with my twin gas sizer for my helium balloons, Premium took it, fixed it, sent it right back. I mean, everything. So if you're looking for a really great brand of balloon machinery, I would really say consider Premium common. So I'll come back to questions in a second, guys. Let me go ahead and keep going with the centerpiece. So I'm going to set it back here. Now, I love rubber bands. Okay? Just throwing that out there so y'all know. Love them, all right? I use them for everything. I prefer to actually use these over 260s, primarily because they're cheaper. Actually, I don't like the word cheap. They're actually much more cost-effective. You can buy much more of them at a lesser price, okay? So they're a much more cost-effective alternative than to continuously or cutting up 260s. So I would highly and heavily suggest these. These are size 19 rubber bands. I use these for a lot of organic projects. If I'm just looking to kind of attach something into a quad, these work perfect. So size 19 rubber bands, okay? So I'm gonna take one quad here, right? I got one, I just looped that on. And another one here. Uh-oh, child, I got stuck in the quad. Okay, there we go. So now we have two. So now we can take this and loop it into the centerpiece. All right, look at that. See how it kind of like fills it in? Okay, I'm gonna take another rubber band. See how I just connected those two? Let me see. I love, you use them for everything. I do too. I love them. What size rubber band? These are size 19, Miss P. Smith. How did you get started? What events did you do? Did you do them for free? So I actually just talked about that. I started as a child. It was a childhood passion turned business. Started my business as a college freshman at Fisk University. Fisk was my very first big corporate client, and they're still a big supporter of my company today. And then now I've scaled the business today to having a warehouse. I have a staff of 3, and yeah, I'm here full time. So I'm happy to be with y'all on Teachable Moments. All right, I'm gonna keep this going. I'm gonna take another one here. Kind of fill it in again. Okay, so that kind of gives it a more fuller look. So I'm gonna actually inflate some more quads. I'm gonna sit this over here so we can have conversation. I'm gonna look and see what y'all talking about. Let's see. Okay, I'm not even about to sit here and pretend like I can see this on my, I can't even see y'all on my iPad. So I'm just gonna pull it up closer. And my glasses are in the car. How about that? How did I connect them? Levine, what do you mean? How did I connect what? Kind of elaborate on that for me so I can show you, okay? So I'm gonna blow up a few more. So, Miss Levine, why you let me know that? Everybody that's here, tell me, what's a pet peeve of yours in the industry? Let's just have an open conversation. Rubber band to the balloon, I got you, I'll show you, all right? Let me make these and I'll show you. Throw them in here, guys. Tell me, what is some pet peeves of yours in the industry? I'm curious to know. All of us are in this industry and we all experience a multitude of things on a daily basis. So I'm curious to know, what are some things that like annoy y'all? Let's kind of have a conversation and maybe see how we can resolve that. I want to be a resource, so let's talk about it. Miss Levine said gatekeeping. Ooh, expound. What do you mean? The sun! And unfortunately, that's something that we can't control. But yeah, I don't like the sun either, so I'm here with you. I understand. Let me see. Who else we got in here? Let me see. People ghosting and saying thank you, going a different route. Yes, I wish people would just be much more open and communicative about what they want. That would make the world go around so much easier, wouldn't it? Oh, God, I wish. When helium balloons tangle in transport. So actually, we used to have that issue too, but I wonder, who the person that just put that, do you bag your helium balloons? And are you pre-tying them in a way so that they don't tangle? Just throwing that out there. Let me see. Other artists not willing to share simple things like where they got to stand for, just little things. Gotcha. Let's see. Clients asking for more decorations than what's on the contract. Yeah, that can be a pet peeve too. That can definitely be a pet peeve too. But then again, just playing devil's advocate here. I always take extra balloons just in case. So if you want to make an extra sale while on the job, I got my card reader and you can go ahead and pay that fee. There you go. I'm just playing devil's advocate, guys, but no, I definitely get that. Let me see here. All right, let me see. When they ask, do they have to provide the balloon? Right. Do you go to J. Alexander and take a steak? We need to figure this out, in the words of Nene Leakes. Like, why are you asking me that? Like, can we use your balloons? Well, and typically, the way that you combat that, guys, we typically don't do outside balloons unless a client is coming in and they're saying, hey, we have these pre-printed balloons that we really want to use. However, I always relate it back to a sustainability and integrity type of use, right? So here at Lamarvelous Balloons, we pride ourselves in using top-notch quality products. And for that reason, it affects the integrity in which we design. And if we were to use the outdoor balloons, we don't have a guarantee, right, that the balloon decor, that the balloons will actually last. They might be popping on us while we're inflating them. And then that's just something that we don't have control over. So typically, I just say no. Okay. And again, stay away from Amazon balloons. Let me see what I got in here. Clients wanting a $5,000 party on a $200 budget. Yeah. That's, yeah, that's very annoying. I definitely get that. I have a mentor, she used to say, you want caviar, but on a tuna budget. So she used to say that a lot. Okay, how many, let me see here. I have Miss Levine, I didn't forget your question. I'm about to show you how we do the connection. Let me see here. God, all right. Wow, it's 83 of y'all in here. That's a lot. So welcome. Keep coming in. Share it with a friend. Again, while I'm getting this going, huge shout out to Having a Party for having me this evening. Super excited to be on tonight to share this experience with you all. I've really been looking forward to this all day. Like I said earlier, today has been a long day, closing out the week and getting ready for Labor Day weekend, but I really, really am excited to be on with you all tonight. Let me see. What machine am I using? This is a premium. Let me not drop it. Okay. This is a premium twin air sizer. Okay. Really, really great machine. At one point, I loved this machine more than I loved my car. So that's how you know it's real. All right. I'm going to push this back up here. All right. Let me just make sure we got a far. Hi. Crystal Creations from Sacramento. Welcome. Oh, no. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad, Crystal. Hey there, Miss Mina. Welcome from Sacramento. Do you use 260s at all? Yes, I do use 260s, but for this project, I'm not using 260s. I'm using size 19 rubber bands to connect the 5-inch balloons onto the centerpiece. Now, Miss Levine, this is for you, okay? Let me get that centerpiece back. See how the bottom is coming out a little fuller? I love 5-inch balloons primarily because they add so much intricacy and detail. And I just love the way that they look, right? So it's a little fuller down here and it gives that organic look, right? Remember how we started with just a classic look, but now we're adding an elegant, organic type of look, okay? So let me scoot this over. We are going to match the top just as we did the bottom. All right, so Miss Levine, this is for you. Miss Levine, this is for you. Okay, so we got our 2 quads, right? Okay. You're gonna take your size 19 rubber band. You're literally just going to put it onto one side of your quad and do the same on the other side. And there you have it. They're combined, they're equally yoked, they ain't going nowhere, okay? So there we go. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna put that in there. We're gonna take this and we're gonna do just as we did the base here. I'm gonna take this and just work that inside. Okay. Now we can I would say we could probably just do one more. I don't want the top to be as full as the bottom, only because I kind of want, you know, for there to be, excuse me, for there to be like, we're gonna have a topper on top of this, so you don't want it to do too much, but we kind of still want it to have that full look. Hey, Miss Levine. Hey, Miss Levine. I hope, did you get that? Let me know if that worked, if that was okay. If I need to show that again, I will. So, very patient, so I got you. All right. So I'm gonna just put one more in here. So actually, we can take that one down there. And then boom, sit down. Let me hide these necks. Typically, if I can see a neck of a balloon sticking out, I typically just cut it out. But, you know, for the sake of this slide, we'll just go ahead and just tuck it. So let me just fix it up here. Okay, so now I'm kind of doing like a little plug and play. I actually kind of like it with just 3, so I'm going to take one of the quads out. Loop that in there like that, so that it's stuck. If it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's stuck. So we kind of got that fill in there. Now I'm actually going to drag that down here. 1 second, y'all. I'm coming back. I just got to make sure, because I can't see. Let me see. Let me stand back and take a look. Yes, that's cute. Okay, so now we have an organic blank canvas for the centerpiece, right? So remember how it just looked, how it had that classic look, but now we just added a few quads to it. And all we did, just literally a few, and now we have that organic look that we want to go for a more modern and bespoke look, okay? So I'm gonna sit that there. We're not done. We got some more to add to it. Let me see what we got. Let me see. Love this centerpiece. This is off topic, but are you going to DC? Hi, Miss B. Smith. So what's going on in DC? I'm not sure what's going on. And thank you so much. I appreciate that, but I'm not sure what's going on in DC. Let me know. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, hi, Miss Mina. Again, this is a Lomi stand. 30, let me just show it again one more time for the folks who want to see what type of stand this is. 31-inch Lomi stand. You can check with any of your local balloon distributors to see if they sell this stand. You can also check with like Home Depot, because I know that they sell Lomi products, not in store, but online. I know that they typically sell them there too. And this is a 31-inch stand. And this is again, don't kill me, y'all, but I know it's the largest plate that Lomi sells. I think it's 15-inch, I think. But if it's not, just look for the largest one that they have. But again, reiterating, you don't have to use this size. You don't have to use this large of a size. You can go with a 9-inch plate as well. So this I know for a fact is a 9-inch plate. So just throwing that out there, okay? Let me see just a few more questions. Larry, what up? Let me see. Uh-oh. I don't watch right. Oh, here we go. Stephanie, do you go to conventions like the upcoming Float convention to learn new things? Float was my very first convention that I attended back in 2019. So yes, I've been to Float twice. I got my CBA at Float back in 2019. I absolutely love Float. To anyone who's watching, if you've never been to a convention, I highly, highly recommend. Okay, don't see it as some crazy expense. It's an educational expense, but it's an investment in yourself. And I highly suggest that if you want to up your game and network and meet other like-minded professionals in this industry, I highly suggest investing and going into a convention. We do have Float that's coming up next year. There's a duo named Lou and Lee out down in Atlanta. I believe they're doing like, I forget the theme that they're doing, but they do a bow tie crew convention. They do a really good job. You have a few other events. I think Joette with Balloon Coach, she does the Balloon Boss Summit every November down in Orlando, Florida. So there's a ton of opportunities to kind of get involved. I also believe JAM is doing the NYC Balloon Ball this year. So there's a ton of opportunities to kind of get involved and get active and to go learn new opportunities, to meet some new people, and to kind of become more immersed in the community. Because I'll be honest, for a time it did feel lonely. You know, as an artist, it can feel that way, but it doesn't have to. You know, you don't have to if you want to get out and go meet people and, you know, go have a good time, but also kind of get immersed in the education piece. Thank you. What up, alum? What's poppin'? Thank you for joining the live tonight. I really appreciate that. Let me see. P. Smith, I feel you should do both. I'm mainly organic but plastic. Yes. So let me explain this, and I'll continue with the centerpiece. I believe, and this is why one of the reasons why I honed in on classic at the Tough Tech experience when I taught. Can you do a convention in Nashville? Who knows? Maybe. Who knows? I believe that if you can master classic decor, you can do anything. Oh, you were responding to someone. Oh, okay, all right, that works. But I just want to throw this out there. If you can hone in on classic decor, you can really become versatile with any style of balloon decor. Literally, how we just took this centerpiece design, and it's not done yet, right? It started off as a classic centerpiece, but now it's an organic-looking bespoke centerpiece. If you can make a column, if you can make a standard classic arch, then you can really kind of hone in and really focus on other aspects of decor. If you take time to learn the principles and elements of design, those can also really, those can really kind of aid and guide your design as well. I'm just now adding balloons to my services. I'm loving your page. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm sincerely appreciative and humbled by that. Thank you. Awesome. So I'll go ahead and continue, guys. If you have any more questions, keep throwing them in. I'll check in periodically. Again, I know it's Friday night, so I'm not trying to keep y'all too long, but we're going to go ahead and keep the centerpiece going, okay? So, like I said, when we did this centerpiece before, the classic centerpiece, you don't want to obstruct too much space in the center, but we are going to put something here, okay? We're going to make a tassel tonight, and this technique I did show at the Tough Tech experience. So to those of you who want to kind of understand how to make tassels and kind of use them to kind of keep and reuse, I got you covered. Okay, so let's take a look. So, where did I put that? Oh, y'all, I'm coming back to the frame. Oh, here we go. Child was right in front of me the whole time. I tell y'all. Ooh, that does look good. I'm looking at it from the frame on the iPad. Yeah. So, this here is fringe, door fringe. Oh, I thought it was shedded. This is door fringe. You can go to your local Party City. You can go to maybe even your local dollar store, Amazon. I know that Jamar, they sell door fringe now. So you can take a look and kind of get into some fringe. But we're going to make a nice dainty tassel using this fringe, okay? So I'm going to unravel this from the pack here. Okay, so very simple. What's the best piece of advice would you give to someone just starting out? Let me think on that, because I feel like there's a lot of aspects. Ooh, no, I got one for you. You know what? Let me come back to that. I'll end on that. Let me keep this coming, but we'll talk about that. So we have our door fringe, right? A good old long piece. Typically, you can buy them in like 3-foot sections, but we're going to use this good old long piece here. We're not going to use the whole thing, guys. We're not going to use the whole thing. We like to be efficient around here, okay? So we're going to only just cut a slab. Typically, when I make tassels for my columns, I typically cut it in half. But this is not a column, this is a centerpiece. So we don't need as much, right? So I'm just gonna probably cut like 1/3 of this. Okay, so I have it at about 1/3. I'm gonna take my scissors and then just split it. Okay. Now, I'll take this other piece and we'll set it to the side for now. Okay, so now we have our 1/3 piece. What you're gonna do, take it. A lot of people actually found this to be really interesting in the Tough Tech experience. I've always been doing it, so I didn't really think it was like that special, but everybody was like, oh my God, I didn't know you were doing it like that. I was like, yeah, it's pretty simple. To everyone who learned that tidbit, kudos. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna take it, right, and you're gonna put it in half, okay? So, let's see. Uh-oh, that one's shedding. I still feel like this is a bit much, but it'll work for now. So we have it in half, right? Okay. Mind you, I did not cut the piece that keeps it together. I did not cut it yet. We're gonna cut it at the end, so just follow me. I have it in half. Let me take. Now in this case, I will use a 260, okay? I'm gonna take the 260 and I'm gonna tie it in that center. You're gonna double tie it really tight. Tie it as tight as you can, okay? Gonna double knot it. Uh-oh, there we go, okay. Tie it one more time. And then you're gonna knot it and close it up at the top. Okay, then what we're gonna do, this part here, see, we had to keep this together because this holds it together, right? While it's still, like while you're holding it and trying to even it out. If you would have cut this beforehand, now you're gonna have fringe all over the place and you're gonna like lose control over it. But this will keep it in like hand and in place. So we're gonna cut this over. Uh-oh. Well, if I can center it, there we go. Uh-oh, did I get it all? There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you have now a reusable tassel that you can use, okay? And these, I typically, like I said, I'll keep them long like this if I want to include it onto like my Lamarvelous poles, or if I'm entering it into like some organic design and I'm using specific tassel pieces, then I'll do it like this. But yeah, now I keep these, right? And what I do is if a client says, hey, come back and strike, which, will come back and strike, they're not going to use these. So I keep them and I reuse them over and over and over again. So I'm going to show you what I do. I'm going to cut this excess off. Okay, cut this excess off. I hope y'all are enjoying the class. Okay, I hope y'all are enjoying. Let me cut this excess off there. So now we don't have all this excess piece there, right? Right, so now I have this piece and I'm just gonna slide it into the centerpiece. Okay, and look at that. Easy peasy. Just throw it in there. Boom, bam, right? Let me fix that. And then guess what? If you go back and the client's like, just take it out, you just pop that tassel out of there and you take it back and you keep it and reuse it. So there you go, all right? Now, obviously, this is too long. We're not keeping it this long, so I'm gonna shorten it and trim it. So let me see here. Oh, let me see what y'all. Oh, thank y'all. Oh, thank you. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you. Awesome sauce, sweet. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim this tassel. Let's see, let's do it about there. Let me see. I think that could work, but I'm gonna just do it a little more. I'm gonna just trim it just a little more. Just so it's sitting right on top of the balloons. I kind of don't like it when it's like over, so I just want it to sit right over. That's perfect. Much better. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now added our tassel into this centerpiece. Give it a little fluff. Okay, that looking pretty. Come on. Okay. Child, I'm tired myself out. Whew. Okay. I can't take my hat off, y'all. I'm losing my hairline, so y'all gonna have to deal with it. And I didn't have time to put another one on, so just give me like a, all right. Whew. Okay. So, okay, there you go. Boom. Wait, hold on. She said go hydrate. Yeah, let me go do that. I'm coming right back. Oh, no, boom. I was already prepared. See? Whew. Okay. So we have our tassel added, and we have our faux organic look in. Right? And it's just so simple and so pretty. So simple and pretty, man. Like, I love that. So now we're gonna add our topper. So we're not going to put the same 18-inch foil on top of this. We want this look to be a little more grand, okay? And because this is a 31-inch pedestal, we can put a larger topper on top of this. So we're gonna do a larger star. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that and we'll get it inflated. I have my large star here. Shout out to Premium Conwin. Again, if you're looking for a machine that really blows or inflates foil balloons with perfection, go ahead and invest in a Premium Foil Pro. You cannot go wrong. They don't overinflate foils. It's perfect. It's a great tool. If you're really looking to invest in top-notch quality equipment, you can never go wrong with Premium Conwin. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and inflate this. Let's see here. Give me 1 second, y'all. I know I'm out the frame. I'm coming back. So now we have our large star, okay? Y'all see? Hi, Quirky, what's up? Welcome in. What's up, Quirky? What's up, Quirky? What's up? All right, so we have our large star, right, Joe? The best, man, the best piece of equipment. We're gonna take this star. Now, somebody might be like, oh my God, that's a huge star. It's fine. It's proportionate because you have this is nearly 3 feet. It may not look like it in the frame, but this is a pretty tall centerpiece, okay? Then we're going to add this on top, and it's going to make it even taller and more grand, okay? Typically, these also look really great on, these look really good on columns as well, especially because it's a taller type of column and it's really proportionate. But being that these are on tables and people are sitting down, larger foils on top of centerpieces can really help elevate a space that's large. If you really want to kind of add some sort of dramaticism or, you know, dramatize that space, you can never go wrong with that. You can see a question here. Hey, how are you? Can you type out the name of it, please? I couldn't quite understand it. The name of what? Are you talking about the equipment? Let me, can somebody type the name of, I don't know how to type text in here. Y'all, I'm still getting used to TikTok. But if someone could just put in there, yes, we have the Lomi stand, and then if someone could also put the equipment, it's Premium Conwin. You have the Premium Twin Air Sizer, and then you also have the Premium Foil Pro, which is what I use to inflate this big boy here. So I'm gonna go ahead and attach a 260 to this beautiful star. You know what, actually, I'm supposed to suck the air out of this. It helps with the elasticity. So see how I just suck the air out of it, and then I'm gonna tie the tip of it. so that there's no air in my 260 and it makes it much more elastic, okay? So I'm gonna take this, let me see here. Let me see. I'm going to send this over and tie this onto that beautiful big jumbo star. I'm actually gonna go ahead and double knot that. Let me see. Yo, it's a lot of y'all in here. It's 150, 160 people. I'm scared of y'all. Come on in, come on in, come on in. We having a good time. Shout out to Having a Party for having Lamarvelous Balloons tonight. Super grateful and excited and grateful for this experience tonight. So come on in, let's have some fun. Just showing you how to get this centerpiece going. All right, so we have that 260 onto our star, and now we're gonna tie it on. One second, y'all. Where my scissors at? Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. We're gonna redo this because it looks like the air signal. I want to inflate this some more, so just give me 1 second. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right. Okay? Let me tell you something. So those of you who are watching this, whenever you do decor, do it right. Do it with excellence. Do it with integrity. Do it how you would want someone else to do your decor. So we see us losing a little bit of air. It could have been fine, but no, I want it to be fully inflated. So do it right, okay? Your clients will remember that, all right? All right, so give me 1 second. Let me fix this. Push this up just a little bit. All right. Okay, slow that out. Okay. Whoosh out. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I'm just adding a little fixity fix. So that when we put that star back on. And the really cool thing, see how I'm just manipulating the 5-inch balloons? The rubber bands give you the ability to manipulate and switch it and move it as you need. So that's kind of why I love that method, because you can kind of have flexibility to kind of keep playing with it until you get it to your liking. So as y'all see, I'm continuing to kind of maneuver these clusters until I get it to my liking. And yeah, I think I like that. I guess we'll see if I really like it when I put the top on. But we'll leave that for now. Let me just put some more air in this. Let's see. All right, let me just inflate a little more air. All right, it's a little fuller, so that's good. All right, I'm gonna retie 260 on here. Let's see. Just kind of take the air out. Can somebody tell me why I did that? Why did I take the air out of the 260? Just throw it in the comments. I just want to see if y'all paying attention to that. That's it. More stretch, more elasticity. That's it. Okay? Y'all better be paying attention, okay? What I owe y'all? Prada, Louis Vuitton? Y'all like Gucci? I crack myself up. Okay. So let me see. All right. All right, so we're going to tie that back on. Tie it a little tighter. Ah, hilarious. Come on, Lou. Come on, Louis Vuitton and Gucci. I'm actually going to cut some of the excess off of this now. Now, mind y'all, it typically does not take me this long to actually make the centerpiece, but I'm really enjoying my time, so I don't want to rush this. So, thank y'all. So, let me go ahead and put this on. We're going to really tie that back in there. Okay. There we go. It's sitting nice and pretty, and there we go. Let me move this stuff over so we can get the ambiance, okay? Move these over. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'll come back. I want y'all to see it full in detail. Just move this over here. Hold on, y'all. I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I just want this to like look perfect. So give me 1 second. All right, now let me move it right here. Now let me go stand behind. Oh, it's adorable. Look at that. So remember how this just looked, right? Remember how the centerpiece just looked. Had a classic look. Some may say it looked a little boring, and that's fine. But again, boring sometimes sells. So let's be clear. But we have now upgraded that same centerpiece and just added a few different intricacies to give it a more fun, luxe, and jovial look, right? So I'm gonna bring it up to the camera because I know those tassels in the back are confusing. So we have this large topper here, right? Again, this large topper is gonna do great in a setting where the ceilings are tall, right? Because it's gonna add drama. And look, I'm gonna grab my chair. Where's my chair at? See how the center is still slim? It's not bulky in the center. So now that I'm sitting on the other side, I'm a guest. Okay, y'all, so mind y'all, this table is sitting up elevated and higher than a normal table would. But see how I can sit here? I can still see across, right? I can still wave and say hello. Maybe not have a full conversation, but because I have space in between the centerpiece, I can still have a conversation. And corporate clients want to know about that, right? If they're ordering centerpieces, they don't want centerpieces that are obstructing the view or limiting their guests the ability to communicate and interact and network. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the final centerpiece design. I'll be right back. I need some more water. Woo. Oh, hallelujah. Okay. This was a lot of fun. I really think I really am like enjoying teaching. Like, this is a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun. Let me pull up my chair and read some of you guys' comments. Oh. And I'll sit with the centerpiece in the background. Somebody screenshot this, please. Did y'all get it? Okay, sweet. So I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna take a little more time and look at some questions. Awesome, thank y'all. Thank you, send that to me, tag me. Okay, let me see. All right, I'm gonna scroll up because I see I missed a few things. Okay, what size is the star on top? That is a 32-inch anagram star. Let me see. Oh, I see what you mean. Love that. Thank you very much. Hello from Salt Lake City. What's going on? Welcome and thank you for joining this evening. In real time, how long does that take you to make? This centerpiece may take me less than 20 minutes. honestly. Uh, it's really easy to make, considering like the tassel, considering that I only added a few of these clusters, these organic quads into it to really give it that fuller look. But it doesn't really take that much effort. Thank you for your question. Yay! Thank you, Corby. You're so supportive. I'm super appreciative. Can you see my warehouse? Yeah, you can see my warehouse. Give me a second. I'll just give y'all a quick tour. Don't judge me though, y'all. It's dirty up in here. Well, it's not that bad, but I just got trash and I have a ton of foils and stuff that need to get put up. But like Joe said earlier, that just means that we're busy. So I'm grateful. You are truly, I'm sorry. Oh, yes, please. Oh, CJ, you're so sweet. CJC Party Creations. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed. You are truly a delight, Lamar. I love your precision in this interview. Thank you. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Lily. Guys, Lily is literally like an innovator in this industry. So I really, really do appreciate that. Thank you so much, Lily. I'm sincerely appreciative. You are an amazing teacher. Thank you. Your workflow. I appreciate that. Wait, Danielle, is that you? I just thought about that. Thank you for jumping on, Danielle. Well, thank you for the tassel tip. You are absolutely welcome, Miss Amelia. What time does that take to make? I think I said under 20 minutes. Okay, and I see that y'all got the screenshot for me. Thank you very much. Oh, I done skipped over some questions. I'm sorry. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. I'm just trying to. When can we expect your next live? I don't know. Maybe I'll do these more often. Would y'all like to see these more often? Let me know. Never really considered doing them a lot, but I'm grateful for the opportunity to having a party. Again, huge shout out to them for having me. Again, Tough Tech Experience was my first time teaching. So teaching was never something that was like in the forefront of my mind, but when the opportunity presented itself, I said, yeah, sure, why not? And now I'm here today, and hopefully I'll be teaching some more in the future. So yeah, if you all want to see more lives, and that's something that we could probably get going. So let me see. How much does the centerpiece sell for? So let's talk about it. The first centerpiece that I made, I think something like that could probably sell around maybe $50 to $60 with your base, right? Considering the cost of your base, your stand. And let's just assume that you aren't using a 31-inch base or stand because you don't need it that tall. Let's just say you're using a smaller one. I really think that considering that, thinking about profit margin and the time it takes, that first centerpiece, I can probably knock that out probably in less than 5 or 6 minutes. I mean, it's really simple. It's a really simple piece. But for something like this, y'all tell me in the comments what you think you would sell it for. I have a number, but I kind of want to see what you all's thought process is. So I'm going to run it by you, right? We'd use a multitude of 5-inch balloons, okay? We made a tassel, okay? Oh, wait, there it is. We made a tassel, right? We have our Lomi base and stand, and then we have our 32-inch jumbo topper, which don't discount the topper because the topper adds a ton of value because it's bigger. Always keep that in mind that larger decor or I'll say this large classic decor can really dramatize a space, which is why I advocate for it so much. But in this case, we took a classic like centerpiece and made it into something bespoke. So I'm curious to know what you all would charge for something like this in your market. So I'm gonna come back to these questions in a second, but I want to see what y'all are saying. Let me see. I see $80. Okay, $75, $100, $120. We have any other thoughts? Let me see. $125. All right, Miss Stephanie Hendricks. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? All right, $75 in Baltimore. All right, Baltimore. What's going on, Baltimore? What up? All right, Alyssa Evans, $75. Okay, what else y'all got? I will say I am not going for less than 100 in my market. Let me see, $90 in NYC. Okay, all right, $100 in Columbus. Do you let the customer keep the stand? Typically, no, I don't. Typically, when there's a large event like this anyway, a client is always asking us to come back and strike. So we typically go back and get it. Let me see. Let me see. I've seen something similar on Facebook where it's way too low. Yes. So I'm probably starting at around 130. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. For a centerpiece like this, although I can make it quickly, it still is a for one table topper, that's the price. For one table. Miss MMLLC22, what do you mean? I'm sorry, I just want to be sure I'm addressing correctly what you just said. But yeah, no, I probably wouldn't go no less than like 130. Honestly, considering profit margin, considering the time it takes, although it takes me time to make, or didn't take me as much time to make it, you still got to pay me for my experience. Okay. Then we made our tassel. We also did the topper. We used a large topper. I think that you could really kind of go and go a little higher for that. Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't go less than 100. I definitely wouldn't go less than 100. Let me see. Okay, I think y'all are good on those guesses. Let me go back up to questions because I know I skipped over a few. Oh, I'm sorry. So I don't have the first one. I don't have the first one anymore. So this one was the first one, and I converted it to this. So I'm sorry. I don't have it as a reference. I'm so sorry about that. What stand are you using? Again, I will show you. This is a Lomi stand, clear, crystal clear base. This is, well, specifically for this centerpiece. It's a 31-inch base. 31-inch pole, right? And then we have the largest base that they sell, which is, again, I'm sorry, I think it's about 15 inches or something like that. But this is the largest plate that they sell. Again, the reason that we bought these was because I have a ton of these here in the warehouse. And we decided to use these primarily because when we did a bulk of centerpieces before, we did 30-inch jumbos on top. And we needed bases at the bottom that would help sustain the centerpiece more. So that's why I have a lot of these here. But then again, I'll show you another example. This is a 9-inch plate. You can easily get away with this. Also, you don't have to use Lomi bases. You could also use a tile. I've seen that before too. And people will like wrap the tile to like the adjacent color of the tablecloth or match the tile to the color of the centerpiece. So that works too. Thank you, Nikita. Thank you. I can't wait to see you too. Hey, thank you so much. Grandma would be proud. Grandma definitely would be proud. Thank you so much. Let me see. Let me scroll down. Okay, I think I just don't want to be sure I don't look over anybody. Let's see. Where did I get the stands? Yes, you can go on Lomi's website, Lomey, Lomi, that's the name of the company. Or you can go to check out your local distributor. They may have these in stock. Also, Home Depot sells them as well, not in the store, but online. So if you're looking specifically for these, you can look at any one of those places for those. Let me see here. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. It's so much to this business. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Thank you so much for joining this evening. Miss Stephanie, thank you so much for joining this evening. Danielle said, yes, Lamar. Thank you, Danielle. Oh my gosh, let me see. I'll just take a few more questions for a few more minutes, guys. I know we're getting ready to wrap up and kind of keep it going. Let me see here and keep scrolling. You're welcome, CJC Party Creations, MLLCC. How do you price the arches per foot? Are you referring to a traditional cluster arch or are you referring to a organic garland? I just want to be sure that I'm understanding of that before I answer your question. Did you just say Home Depot? I did, yes. So when I was in a rush one day and I was looking for some more of these, I looked on Home Depot's website and they had some online. So I was like, oh, well, let me get some of those. And it was legit. They came right to me. So I said, okay, all right. So yeah, take a look at these and you can find them there. MD Beauty, thank you. What is your TikTok? Thank you. Thank you so much. So y'all, I just got on TikTok today. I I'm just being completely honest. I'm live from having a parties TikTok today. However, I just made my TikTok today. It's not completely active yet. But if you want to follow us on Instagram, go ahead and check us out at Lamarvelous Balloons on Instagram. And you can see our portfolio, our work there. You'll see some recaps from the Tough Text experience that took place a few months ago. Drying time again for the Lomi glue. I typically let it dry for about 24 hours. So if the event is tomorrow, I do it typically the day before and let it dry out. And then the next day, it's like a brick. It's not going anywhere. Like, I've had this one for like months. It's not going, y'all, it's not, it's not going anywhere. So, let me see. Can someone pin my Instagram? I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to work this thing. I don't know. I think I saw somebody just comment my Instagram, so maybe, yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I am new to this. Shout out to Joe, though. You're welcome, Nikita. No problem at all. Nikita, excuse me. You're very welcome. Shout out to Joe, because he was like, you got to get on TikTok. I'm like, all right, I'm here. But, yeah. I'm horrible on TikTok, obviously. So if someone could just put my Instagram again and type it in there, I don't know how to do it. At Lamarvelous Balloons, give us a follow. We'd love to interact with you guys. But just to kind of end this out, someone asked earlier, did you glue the pole to the base? Yes, I did. I used Lomi glue, not hot glue, not super glue. Lomi actually has a glue solution that works for these, and it's perfect. So yes, I did glue them. The downside, you cannot take it off. You cannot take it off. No, they do not come together. They are sold separately. But yeah, that's how I made that. But to kind of wrap this up, guys, in the talk, someone asked earlier, what is a big piece of advice that you would give to someone who's starting in this industry? So let me just tell you something, Miss McKee Hart. I'm not sure if they have it there. I'm honestly not sure. I'm not sure. I think I bought mine from I think I brought it directly from the site, to be honest with you. I know they have the plates and the stands, but I'm not sure about the glue. So I'm so sorry about that. I don't have an answer for that. But someone asked earlier, what is a big piece of advice that you would give to someone who's starting in this industry? So, you're very welcome. No problem, Miss Mickey. Mickey's Heart, you're welcome. So I would actually say, end off with a few things. Number one, kind of develop a tunnel vision, and limit your comparison to other people. Okay. I've kind of learned this on my way as I'm starting to instruct. I do realize that my style may not transcend or be everybody else's style, as it is the other way around, but you have to be confident in your style. So I remember there was one time I walked in to this event. This was like 4 or 5 years ago, and I kind of had started self-doubting myself because there was another company here that did this very elaborate and beautiful piece for this trade show that I was at. And I was doing balloon decor for the booth, for a company's booth, but they had like the main stage. And I walked in and I was like, yo, I'm never going to make something like that nice or something that good. Like, it was just so beautiful. And I just kept doubting myself in that moment. Like, I'll never be able to make something like that. Like, I remember saying that to myself, like, yo, I could never do something like that. I was so intimidated, looking at it. And, I was very heavy on classic at the time. I didn't really know how to do organic at the time until I developed my own patterns for my organic. But I just remember looking at that and I was like, yo, I could never do this. Now, fast forward, I would like to kind of think that my organic looks pretty good. So, just saying that is, compare your own progress. Don't compare your progress to someone else's, okay? Compare your own progress, all right? I was not in this position years ago. I was once doing this out of my college dorm room as a freshman. Then when I moved into my apartment, my closet became my storage and my workplace. Then when I moved into my first home, I transformed my garage into a studio. And look, we're here. I have a studio, I have a warehouse studio, and I have an office, a commercial space now. So I'm not comparing, right, my progress to someone else's. I'm comparing my own progress to where I was a few years ago. I'm better today than I was a few years ago. And for that, I'm happy with that. Okay. So don't get so caught up, okay, on, what everyone else is doing. Focus on your own path. It really does matter. Another thing that I would say to someone who is jumping into this industry or starting out, let's talk logistics. Price accordingly. Okay. Price accordingly. And I mean it. I remember when I was getting into this industry, or kind of getting more into taking my business seriously when I graduated from college. And I remember I was, doing some work with some event planners, and I think I was charging like $100 for a garland or something like that, because I just didn't know, how to do it or whatever. Child, when I tell y'all I got worked like crazy because I didn't know, what I'm saying, the intricacies that go with it. I'm like, I ain't make nothing from this. I then spent all this on the supply, and then now I'm doing this garland for about 3 or 4 hours. It took me some time to get it set up, and it looked great. But then I'm like, yo, I only charge $100 for this. Where they do that at? So then when I started investing and going to conventions and rubbing elbows with other professionals who, tap me on the wrist and say, hey, don't do that. You're selling yourself short. There was, another professional in the industry. She's retired now, but her name is Raquel Porter. I remember I took some of her pricing classes some time ago, and she was, she was phenomenal. She was great. But yeah, really consider, I'm not like a mastermind when it comes to pricing, but what I will tell you are a few things that you can do to kind of take a look and kind of formulate your own pricing. Okay. So one thing is always consider the cost of your supply. Consider the time that it takes you to make said product or said item, right? So let's take this, this centerpiece, for example. The time that it takes you to make this, plus the supply, plus the visual impact that it gives. This is not some simple centerpiece. It's a pretty nice, lavish, looking kind of centerpiece. Although it's simple to make, it still has a very nice, grand look to it. So you have to consider that as well. Then you also have to consider your market. The cost for something like that will go in your market. So you really want to, keep in mind of that. Also keep in mind of your profit margin. Is it 30% per item? Do you want to do 40% per item? And then, hey, Lucky, what's up, Lucky? What up, Lucky? So Lucky's up in Chicago. What's going on, Lucky? Very phenomenal point, Lucky. The job cost form, I believe Qualitex has a job cost form that's out there somewhere on QBN that you can look into to kind of help formulate your pricing as well, and really kind of create your own formulas to create your own pricing. So great tidbit, Lucky. I appreciate you jumping in and throwing that in. Stephanie Hendricks, never sell yourself short. I know someone who is scared of heights, so charges. Yes, absolutely. Or how about this? If the client is requiring you to get up extra early, and you could be sleeping, yeah, I'm going to charge more if you're going to interrupt my sleep. So yes, those are things to keep in mind and to think about. I'm going to keep this going for about 14 more minutes. It's 6:46 where I'm at. So I'll keep going for till about 7 my time. So I'm happy to stay on and answer a few more questions. Charge for inconvenience. Come on, Danielle. Yes. If it's inconveniencing you, you definitely have to charge for that. Yeah, listen, I need beauty rest too. Do you see me? Okay, look, I need to get some sleep. Okay, I didn't do no facial regimen today. Okay, I told y'all my hairline is leaving me. Okay, I had to put on a hat. I said y'all gonna get what I got today. Let me see here, and let me see. What advice do you have for when it's slow season? So for me, and this is actually a slower season for me. Well, I feel like we just went through a slower season. I take that as business development time. BDT, business development time. So whether that means that I need to go take a look at the website, go work on that, maybe come up with some marketing strategies, kind of just really taking time to work on my business and not work in my business. I personally, because we do have consistent business, I kind of feel like sometimes I lack the ability to really work in my business. I'm like, I was supposed to do this today. So I've kind of changed my mindset to not be upset when business is slower, because if you take that time when the business is slower to kind of work on some inner business development, some business development items, right? Then who knows, you could probably develop for when that, you won't have another slow season if you're working to kind of avoid that in the future, if that makes sense, right? Working towards that not happening again. Now, obviously, you can't always control that, but I took some time during my slow season to kind of do a little bit of working on some marketing and maybe look at some photos, maybe think about some new offerings that we could offer, and kind of just look at it that way. So I personally like to take slow time as a way to develop the business, because I feel like I just very rarely, get to really work on my business. So I'm actually grateful for some slow time, and I get some time to sleep. Some time to sleep. So let me see. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Ooh, oh my God, okay. Wow, it's still 60 of y'all in here. Okay, hey y'all. All right, let me I'm sorry. Oh, you're well, Event Nisha. Do you have a favorite supplier for balloons? Now, I know you're not trying to get me in trouble on this live. I love having a party. They're actually who supplied me with my premium Conwin. I bought this from them, and I bought my twin gas sizer from them as well. So yeah, if you're looking for someone who has a really versatile product, definitely looking to have a party. They are great with that. And they also have a very versatile mix of products. So whether it's Jamar, Tough Tex, whether it's Qualitex. I'm not sure if you were asking manufacturer or distributor, but if you were talking distributor, definitely looking to having a party. They're phenomenal. Let me see here. Let's see. What was the name of the stands and the plates? Lomi. So this is Lomi. Again, it's a crystal clear plate and a crystal clear stand. But Lomi is spelled Lomey, and they also sell the Lomi glue that you can use to attach the base to the stand. How do you avoid inventory waste? I very rarely have waste. I try to sell what I already have before I order something else. So I try to just adopt that mindset to kind of use what's on hand first before I order more. Okay. Yep, that's correct, Kimberly. Oh, you're fine. No problem. Go ahead and chat, girl. That's what we're here for. You're welcome. No problem. Thank y'all for helping her out in the chat. Really appreciate that. I have 9 more minutes. Are there any additional questions? Love to chat with y'all. This has been great. Again, be sure to go follow us at Lamarvelous Balloons. We will have some exciting news coming soon. So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, just looking to see if you have any more questions or if there's any other conversational topics that you all want to chat on before we depart tonight. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you. Oh, show the showroom. Okay. All right. Oh, you're welcome. No problem. Okay. Any Party City balloons good in the pinch? I don't like Party City balloons, to be honest. I typically stay or stray away from them. They typically have an odor, but honestly, I haven't used Party City balloons. It's been years since I've used their balloons. So I typically stay away from those. Ooh, now my nose running. Ooh. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, no, I typically steer away from Party City latex balloons. You are so welcome, Tish. Thank you for joining tonight. Sincerely appreciative. I will happily give you all just a short tour of my station. Again, it's dirty up in here, so don't judge me, okay? Let me, wait, how I flip the camera? I don't know how to flip the camera. Wait, let me see. Oh, here it is, okay. Oh, wait, so it was there the whole time? Oh, wait, okay. Look at y'all. I'm learning something new. Okay. All right, y'all, so I'm here. Okay, so I'm gonna start. This here is my office. I'm gonna turn the light on here. So this is my office. This is where all the deals happen, right? So this is my, oh, I'm sorry. It's saying it's hard to hear. Can you all hear me now? Put it in the chat, guys, if you can hear me. If not, I'm going to go put my AirPods in. Somebody just throw in the chat if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up or something. Okay, y'all can hear me. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Danielle. Okay, so this is my office here where a lot of my deals get done. So typically, I just walk in through here. I got to keep a poncho. I got to keep a poncho. But this is where all of the deals get sealed. Yes, that is my lovely sign. And then, of course, I had to put my sign from Tough Takes up there. But, of course, that's the restroom there. And we got like a little couch here. But this is a roll-up door. So the van is actually parked outside. I actually show y'all my van. The name of my van is Debbie, and I named it after my grandma. So that is my company van. Okay. Bada boom, bam, bam, bam. And then this is the door here. So we pull up and we put things, we kind of just load things in and out. But yeah, that's my office space there. And then this is the actual studio and warehouse space. So again, it's a lot of junk right here. This is some stuff I got to sort through, some inventory that came in. But I really need to sort through this. Y'all, somebody gave me these. I'm in love with them. So we keep all of the poles here, like our conduit, our PVC. I bought those separators from Uline. And yeah, this is our space. So we have all of our latex. Again, all these foils I got to get put up. Somebody gave me these for free. Y'all know, these are like $600 a piece. Somebody gave them to me for free, and I'm going to use them to store all of my foils. So, but we keep all of our latex in Sterilite bins. So I kind of keep them all around the way, around the room. On this side, we typically do all of our air decor on this side. And on that side, as you see, I have my tanks over there. We do all of the helium decor on that side, so on that table. But yeah, this is my space in a scope. Yeah, so this is what we use. I'm going to flip the camera back around. Just to kind of give you all some tidbit, it was not easy moving into here. This space did not look like this. We actually had it renovated. And new floors, new paint. And it was actually very tough. We had to go through Metro codes to get the lights on. It was really, really tough. But, I'm just grateful that we're here and that we're finally in a commercial space to kind of help grow and scale my business. And I'm really grateful for that. So let me see here. What size helium tank do you have and about how long does it last? I have a 300 cubic foot tank. I typically keep 2 of them on hand. I typically only switch one out per month, but we typically don't do a lot of helium. We typically get more air jobs, and that's primarily because we've converted to doing more of air, right? As most of you all know, there's a helium shortage. There's been one for years. But to avoid getting into a Ramsey with that, we kind of just stick with using more of air-filled design. So as this design here, you could do a design like this in helium and maybe put a collar or something on it, but it's air-filled. So it gives the illusion that it's floating, but it's not, right? I did just see a question about my inflators. I see we have a few minutes left, so I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera back and just show that one more time before we get out of here. For those of you who are asking, this is the Premium Twin Air Sizer, okay? This is the Premium Twin Air Sizer. I love this machine, all right? If you want clean and crisp, pristine decor that is sized correctly and appropriately, this is what you want to aim for, okay? Then this machine here is the Premium Foil Pro by Premium, okay? This is also a phenomenal machine. I love this machine. Like I said, it doesn't overinflate foils. It kind of has that smart technology where it knows not to overinflate. So it is a great tool. So yeah, that's what we have there. And then also, I also have the Premium Twin Gas Sizer. So I'm all premium over here. Okay, all premium over here. You know, I love their accessories and their equipment. I think it's on. So there it is. So yep, you just hook it up to your tank. We have it hooked up there, and you know, you just inflate. Let me not hit the button because I'm not trying to waste helium. But yeah, let me flip back around. Oh, now I just like the. Let me see. I did see another question in there. So to speak specifically, I've been in business for 9 years. I started my business officially as a college student while I was a student at Fisk University. However, I started taking my business more seriously as far as income generating business about 5 years ago. So after I graduated from college. Yeah. Well, we're at the last minute, guys. I just want to say again, thank you so much for this opportunity. Huge shout out to Having a Party for making this happen. They have a phenomenal series of other instructors who will be joining onto this platform. So I hope you all tune in. Again, thank you all so much. And remember, as I said before, do not compare yourself to anyone else. Compare your own progress. Take time to invest in yourself. Go and get to a convention. All right. And I hope to see you all in the future. Again, follow at Lamarvelous Balloons on Instagram to keep up to date with us. Hopefully we'll get this TikTok up and running soon. We have one. It's just it's not up to par. So y'all tell Joe to stay on me about it. How about that? But again, thank you all so much. Happy Friday. Happy Labor Day weekend. Please, if you're working this weekend, take some time for yourself. And I wish you all the absolute best. And until next time, God bless, guys. Take care. Wait, how I turn this thing off? Y'all, I don't know how to get out of here. This is crazy. I don't know how to get out of here. Y'all welcome. Oh, is it the power button up here? Okay, there it is. Okay. All right, y'all. Bye. Take care. Enjoy.